Okay, time for another model build. This is another U.S.S Voyager. Like the last one I built, it's all going to be fully lit with LED lighting effects. Basically, you may remember I've done a video on one of these before, but it was really just showing you the end result. This time I'll take you through the build. And the first thing you'll notice is there's lots of windows, and unfortunately there's no holes, so each and every one of those windows has to be drilled out and then shaped with a file. The bigger slots have little window implants, if you like, little window inserts, but I'm not going to use the ones with a kit. I'm going to get the brass etched ones from ParaGrafix. So yeah, so first job, lots of drilling windows, and the drill I'm going to use is a tiny little one. It's about 0.8 of a millimeter, which is just about right for these windows. So I'm going to do 2 holes, one top, one bottom, and then use a file to square the hole out. Just a little tip on the windows for Voyager. What I'm basically doing is I'm using a little drill to open up each window. And I'm just basically drilling 2 holes and then sort of melting the bit in the middle and drawing it into a sort of rectangle shape. And then afterwards, you see there, they're not too great, those ones, but then afterwards I'm putting a file through and trying to square them up a little bit and make them look a little bit more even. And I've found out that if you do that both on the outside and the inside afterwards, it looks reasonably okay. So that's sort of what I'm doing. So just the drills first, as neatly as I can, but inevitably they're not going to be straight. Drilling 2 round holes is not going to leave you a nice square or rectangle window. So I'm doing that first and then going back. So it's a 3-stage operation really. So drilling the holes and drawing them into one, and then the second bit is to go around with a file from the inside. And then to go around the final stage to go in with a file from the outside. That gives you a nice clean rectangular looking window, as you can see just on those ones there. That's not too bad, but you'll find that if you're doing one of these, I find that when I start they're not so great, but then by the time you've done a few they get neater and neater as you go, as you get used to doing it and the muscle memory starts to take over. So that's just a little tip. I'll show you a bit more later on. Just a little update on these windows, getting quite a few done now. If I hold it up to the light you can probably see that I've got to do a lot of light blocking, but the windows are coming on. Basically what I'm doing with windows, I probably showed you before, but I'll just give you a last little reminder, because I'm getting them a bit better now. They're getting quite nice and neatly cut. Basically 2 tiny 0.8mm drill holes, so I'll go in top and bottom, and each time I drill a hole I clean the residue off the drill because it's quite fast, so it melts the plastic and some of the plastic is left behind, and what that means is the next hole is bigger than the first hole, and if you let it build up they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, so you've got to clean it each time. And then once they're cleaned and once they're sort of, the 2 holes are there, I then sort of just, actually, let's see if I can show you. Not easy with one hand with the camera, but there we go. So we'll do this one here. So we're going to do a little, hold this there, and then I'm going to put the camera down when I'm just going to clean that hole now. Clean that now. So all I do is I just get a little knife and just take the residue off the end of the drill bit, like so, and then put the second hole in. Okay, we've now got the 2 holes. Cleaning the knife again. Sorry, cleaning the drill again. If the drill was slower I wouldn't have to clean it so often. And then I just use the drill to open up the 2 holes into one slot, and then I finish it off with a rectangular file and just to straighten the edges. That's pretty much it. And that's how I'm doing each of the windows. And then of course you can tidy them later if you need to, but yeah, that's the one I just did. So that's a way of just, because of course these starships from Star Trek, they're not just holes, they're, on the Enterprise they're great big sort of slots with rounded, with a radius at the top and bottom. These are more rectangular. Let's try and get you good. Yeah, they're more rectangular. So trying to get them even and the same is a little tricky, and there's a lot of them. So I've got to do all of the windows in this one, and then there's the base for the engineering section, top and bottom, well, sort of around the sides and underneath. So there's quite a lot of windows to do, but nowhere near as much as on the Enterprise, thank goodness. See you later. Little update on Voyager. I'm inserting all the ParaGrafix upgrade parts, and what that is basically to put little brass inserts in instead of the clear plastic windows, because they give you a much better edge for lighting. If I hold that up against the lights there, you get a much cleaner effect. So, and what I've done is I've super glued them in using cyanoacrylate, and then I've left them for 24 hours, and then I'm just using a bit of tulip to go around the edges, partly to help light block any little gaps or seams, and also just to help seal it in before I put the paint on. But we get some lovely crisp windows. I'm doing it this way. Secondary holes all mounted and level, which is handy. So that's going to be the base. Not sure what to do with it yet. I was considering some sort of moon surface, or maybe just black or something. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, and again, a bit more of the ParaGrafix brass parts in, just to help give it that real clean window look. If I hold it up like that, that's probably a bit better. Hold it up to the daylight. Okay, this is a little test I did just with a little flickering red LED. I've drilled out the impulse engine vents and just wanted to see what that looked like. And then I'm going to get on with the warp engines next. But I think that might be alright, that one. Might need something to diffuse it inside. Hi guys, just a little update on Voyager. Quite a few projects going on at the moment, as you know. So I've been working on the saucer section first, getting some of the lighting in. I've just put some LED tape in there at the moment. All the ParaGrafix inserts are in, so the windows are nice and clean and sharp. I'll just put the big light out, and then I'll give you a better view. Without tripping myself up. There you go, so that should give you a better idea on how the lighting's working. I should have a bit of the daylight as well. Yeah, there you go. Looks a bit bright actually in that light, but you get the idea. I'm going to block some of those windows off because they wouldn't all be on at the same time. But there we go. So windows going in, lighting going in. I'm going to, well, I'll show you how I've got that effect. Basically, it's not too difficult, but basically I've done it so that you've got the windows at the bottom as well. And really what I've done is just use 3 strips of LED tape, which will probably upset the camera a bit. So I've just got one across the bottom here, or sorry, one across either side, one in the middle, and the one in the middle I've actually split the insulation, and it just goes round both sides. So it's lighting the top and it's lighting the bottom, which is going to then throw some light down into there, so we'll get an idea on what that's going to look like lit up as well. I'm going to put some navigation lights through, and maybe even some flashy blinky anti-collision strobes as well. We'll see. And the idea of that is to just have a flashing light with 3 fibre optics coming off of it. There should be one at the front, one roughly in the middle just before, I think, the bridge, and then there's another one that's going to go right at the tail by the shuttle bay doors. So, but it's been a little while since I've done this, and I need to get on with it because I'm building it for somebody, so I must get on. And thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update because I haven't done any of the model videos for a while. It's all been droid stuff lately. So so there you go. So if you're interested in how this is going together, I'll show you, very much like I did with the X-Wing, which was the last model video I really seriously did. So you can see how it's all going to go together. So there we go. Anyway, that's it for this first one. It's just a little short one. I'm probably going to have a little bit of an experiment with the warp engines in the next couple of days, because I've got some blue LED tape, some red LEDs for the Bussard collectors, so should be able to make those look quite nice. I have made one before. If you look back in my videos, you'll see there's some pictures of a Voyager I built years ago, but I'm hoping to improve this one a little bit. You learn a little bit each time. Last time I thought my LEDs on the outside for the navigation lights were a little bit overscaled. They're 3mm LEDs, and on this, you know, that's quite big. I think I'm going to try them with 1mm fibre optics this time, so that the bulbs are in scale with the ship. With some of the models I built, those LEDs, they can look a little overpowering, a little bit too big. You know, if they were in scale, they'd be like 30 foot across, which is probably a bit unrealistic. So, so there we go. So that's just a bit of a catch up on Voyager, and look out for future videos. I'll be doing them in amongst the BB-8 build and the R2-D2 build, and obviously the models, as I used to do. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, bye bye.